This video is going to demonstrate the concrete encapsulation process. It's a hybrid concrete home. What we mean by that is that the home is traditionally built or framed with wood, and we provide a concrete cladding or encapsulation over the entire exterior. This makes it easier to modify existing homes, or if builders aren't comfortable building straight with concrete, they can do their framing and bring in a subcontractor. The very beginning part of here is our traditional method of building a solid concrete wall. This would be more like the system that we have for the 523 system, which you'll see in other videos. But this demonstrates how these forms come together so that you can pour a concrete wall. We demonstrated this process with a garage. Typically, garages are the places where fires may start for an interior fire cause, so we like to recommend that you build the garages out of concrete. There's a couple different ways that you can form up these walls to make this happen. The first part that you just saw there was forming in place. This part right here shows us building the boxes ahead of time and then stacking them up like Legos, if you will. We have found that this secondary process is actually a little more comfortable and easier to do, easier to install electrical or plumbing or anything in the wall that's necessary for that particular part of the house. Now, as you see here, we set the trusses on the wood frame just like you ordinarily would. Now the trusses are modified so that they can receive the concrete on the wall, and then the concrete can easily go up and over the eave and over onto the roof, which you'll see. After the entire building is completely framed, we wrap it with a building wrap, put the spider ties and rebar in, again any plumbing or electrical, and then clad the exterior with another layer of plywood. Those triangular boxes provide the proper support for the eave, pour the concrete wall and the eave at the same time. Concrete will just flow in and around like in any other concrete forming application. But the beautiful part about this is that the concrete eave is poured monolithically with the wall. In doing so, this is where the strongest forces of nature find the weak spot in a home. So we recommend that the eave be poured with the wall. Once the eaves and the walls are completed, we approach the roof the same way we do with the walls. We wrap the roof with a building wrap to protect the plywood underneath. We install the spider ties at 2 foot on center, place the rebar as per the specifications, then we install the final layer of 1/2-inch plywood on top of the spider ties. This part of the animation is simply for demonstration purposes, showing how the concrete flows into the cavity that you've created. You're going to fill up the forms evenly on both sides, coming up approximately 4 feet on the right, then go over to the left side and fill up 4 feet and bounce back and forth. Doing this alleviates any unnecessary stress on the trusses. Once the concrete has cured enough, you can remove all your plywood and you end up with a concrete encapsulation around your wood house. Once the finishes are applied, no one would be the wiser that you live in a concrete home. It looks like any other home in the neighborhood. But what you have is a house that can stand up to whatever nature wants to throw its way, whether it be tornadoes, hurricanes, or even wildfires.